Microphone check. We got 2 bars. The top bar's for the storm in the background so that there's no awkward silence, even though I don't shut the fuck up for even 2 seconds to catch my breath. And then the microphone bar, we're good. First link down below in the description box is the official full recap for SmackDown, where you'll get to see video clips that I can't show you, or I'll get my ass annihilated off of YouTube. And then this one for the breakdown. And that's pretty much it. So here we go. Mishin ruined Nia Jax's WWE Women's Championship celebration because Tiffy was in the ring with Pretty Deadly, and they introduced Nia Jax. And this was a little bit, silly, interesting. Pretty Deadly can be pretty silly, doing a little singing and a little dancing. And Tiffy has her briefcase, as you've probably seen, assuming you've watched the show. Although there's a few people that watch me that don't watch the show. They just kind of read the recaps and stuff. It's got an interesting briefcase with like a strap on it. And Nia even wanted Tiffy to bow down to the queen. And you could tell that she was totally awkward. Nia Jax doesn't understand why Tiffy's being so nice. We don't get it either. The celebrations, the balloons. Nia wasn't really feeling it. And I'm like, yeah, that friendship ain't gonna last. And I thought that to myself even before Nia was like, come on, bow down. And then Mishin, as you could see, came in with the kendo stick and laid down the law. And I like that. I've been very adamant about this, that I really enjoy her. It looks like she's no longer a part of the OC. With AJ Styles and the Good Brothers, which kind of sucks because they got a lot of history, all of them going way back. But it is what it is. Andrade versus Carmelo Hayes. This was their third match, and Carmelo Hayes finally is 1, and Andrade is 2 for victories. But I just don't care for Carmelo Hayes. It's very rare that when I see a wrestler, I'm like, I could snap my fingers, you be gone, and I wouldn't miss you one bit. And it's rare that I feel that way about someone. He's just one of those people. That whole, I am him. I'm like, oh, you're him, all right. The only one that's got the skills to drive me nuts. No, it's not that bad. But I could do without him. Moving on. Another one that I'm just kind of like, Love Naomi. Anybody who's been following me for any length of time will know that I really, really like Naomi. She's just really, really good. And this match for me was one of those like, no. This was like, and I'm no wrestling expert, but for me, Blair Davenport, there was a lot of times where it just felt really awkward and scripted. Obviously, it's scripted, but what I'm saying is when you watch certain matches, almost like anybody else wrestle, you don't feel like, or at least you're not supposed to feel like it's telegraphed and scripted. Okay, no, come back and, like, I don't know. It just, to me, this was awkward. It's all there is to it. And I think it was the first time that I actually seen her wrestle. And then I was like, all right then. Whereas when you watch Tiffy Time or you watch Naomi, fuck Nia Jax, for Christ's sakes. There's no, like, weirdness. But that's just me. That's just me. So, yeah. So that's going to be a hard pass for me. I forgot to mention something before this. This is kind of important. Backstage, Solo was staring at his thumb. You know, the one that keeps going up your rectum, for those of you that give my videos a thumbs down. Then Tama Tonga walked in, and Solo tells him that if Roman Reigns gets the Ulafala back, we have to acknowledge him as the tribal chief, which I find really weird. It's like, your heel. I get the Ulafala thing. Maybe I don't get it. It's like I get it, but I don't. Because he's all like, if he manages to wear it, you have to acknowledge him and I have to acknowledge him. But Solo's been going on this whole time saying he's weak, he's not fit to be tribal chief, he couldn't hold on to the championship, and all this kind of stuff. So he should be saying Ulafala or not. I'm the tribal chief, period. But that's just me again. So like I said, few things this week. I'm normally not one to just kind of dunk on what seems like half the show. But there we are. And I have some more dunking to do. So Kevin Owens defeats Grayson Waller. This was... Why did I write that it was so odd? Oh, right, with the backstage thing, because he was so self-depreciating. Yeah. He's all like, yeah, I'm the biggest loser. Yeah, that's right. I know what he's doing, but it was just kind of funny because it's not really something we're used to seeing from him. And then there was a little vignette, not a promo, but a vignette playback video of Afa Anoa'i, Roman Reigns' uncle, Rikishi's nephew. I'm not going to start getting into that. It's a huge family. Like, I'm talking like, you don't even want to know, like The Rock and Roman Reigns and Rikishi, Yokozuna. Like, I could just keep the Usos. Like, I could keep going on forever. They are all real blood. Anyways, he died at 81. He used to be a part of the Wild Samoans. I've watched him wrestle live. Not like in person, but like on TV. During the 70s and 80s. So that really sucks because I think somebody else just passed away and I don't want to say something and be incorrect. Is it not Roman Reigns' father? I'm not too sure. Don't quote me on that. But I know somebody else had passed away recently from that family. So now we have Kevin Owens and Grayson Waller in a match, and Kevin Owens picks up the win. Wow, the win. My goodness. Wild twinkle in his eye, but then post-match, Waller and Theory jump in with some chairs, but then thanks to Cody Rhodes, he comes in to even out the odds. There was that little moment there where wasn't sure what was going to go on, where Kevin Owens goes in the ring, picks up Cody's belt, gives it to him, gives him a tap on the back. No cheap shot, nothing. Right? And just kind of goes on his merry way. That was cool. That was interesting. Because there's still that mutual show of respect. But I'll touch base on Cody Rhodes here again in a moment. We'll get into that in a moment. DIY, LA promo. Right at not the apron, right outside the curtain area, on the ramp side. This is why I could never do play-by-play. I don't know where I am or... But anyways, this was a cool little promo because we had one earlier with Santos Escobar with the vignette promos, which I think he does really, really good at. So that was nice to see. DIY and the Street Profits. This was a great, great match with the Profits picking up the win. And looking at B-Fab there at ringside, it's interesting that a lot of people will be like, why is B-Fab around? Why did she come back? What's her purpose? I'm like, bitch, she's the manager. She's the hype woman. Same reason Bobby Heenan or anybody else in the world was ever around. Mr. Perfect for Ric Flair. Like, I could go on and on and on for Paul Heyman, right? But that I've been seeing a lot of talk about her, like a good 3 or 4 tweets and articles on Reddit and on Twitter. I still call it Twitter. Get over it. Asking what her value is. Well, I mean, I guess we could ask that about a lot of things, but that's her role. Anyhow, I think she's fine. And these guys are all like really, really good. Now, Solo Sikoa came out trying to beat Triple H with the spewing of the water. He just had that like look to him on his face. And then Roman Reigns came out. Little kerfuffle between him and Solo and Tama Tonga, blah, blah, blah. And then eventually, Roman Reigns got the Ulafala, put it on his neck. Everybody was cheering really loud. But then Jacob Fatu came out. 3-on-1. This is now half a month. Remember, there's only 4 SmackDowns a month, 4 Raws a month, only 4 shows a month of the SmackDown here. We've already gone through half a month, 2 weeks in a row, where Roman Reigns is outnumbered. Cody Rhodes was able to come out earlier. Where was that energy when Roman Reigns needed help? And you might be thinking, well, I get it. I'm not a booker. and I probably shouldn't be. But if it wasn't for Roman Reigns, Cody Rhodes would not be champion. So I kind of feel like, where are you now? It's been half a month already, and you're not even there to kind of help a little bit even out the odds and repay a favor to Roman Reigns. I feel like right now we're going through an era, forget this goddamn notes bullshit. I feel like we're going through an era right now, like back in the day of the golden era with Hulk Hogan and Macho Man, some of the two of the biggest baby faces of their time. Then you had The Rock and Stone Cold Steve Austin during the Attitude Era. There's been a few moments where you're able to have two top-notch baby faces, and I feel like Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes are now that. And there's going to be some like alliances. This would have been the perfect time for Jimmy Uso to come out, and maybe in Cody Rhodes, and that could have set, like, you know what I mean? Just the wheels in motion for the next step, because we still haven't heard Roman Reigns speak. It's his third week in a row appearing, 2 on SmackDown, the 1 at SummerSlam. And I get it. You want the storytelling to be slow. You want it to be organic. You don't want it to be rushed. But at the same time, you don't want to make it feel like it's dragged out. And I'm not saying that this is getting dragged out. It's only been a couple of weeks. I get it. That's still half a month. Cody couldn't have just come out and try to help avoid... he does it for Kevin Owens. But I get it. They're like friends. There's still a lot of bad blood between Roman, but it all goes back to what Roman did for Cody. Like, I can't let that go. It bugs me. And that's why I'm a Mark, even though my name's Phil. And that's why I'm just like, something's just like off about that. Nobody's coming out. Like, nobody. Like, at all. I just find that a little bit bizarre. I was really, really hoping someone would come out. I have a feeling eventually, somehow, some way or another, I don't know how, I think we are going to end up getting Sami Zayn back on board. He was a huge part of the Bloodline storyline. Huge part. Sami Zayn, Jimmy Uso, Jey Uso. You got Roman Reigns, Paul Heyman. Basically, the original Bloodline. All organically, naturally, not forced, face turn. And I think it's great. But I really think the way... Yeah, I can't let it go. In the history that I've been doing this, which has only been like a year, a little bit over a year that I've made this wrestling channel. But like for the longest time that I can think of, I can't remember the last time there was a moment or two that I was having a hard time just letting it go. Like, whatever, it's not a big deal. This to me is a big, big deal. Maybe I'm just overthinking it. I don't know. You'll have to let me know what you think down below, honestly. What are your thoughts on Cody Rhodes, or anybody else for that matter, not coming out to help Roman after he showed his true colors at SummerSlam to help Cody out? So thumbs up as always. If you liked the video, it does greatly help support the channel with the algorithm in trying to make me more relevant in the search results. We see how well that's going. When people are looking stuff up on the internet, if you didn't like the video, go ahead, give it a thumbs down. We'll bend it in half, twist it, solo Cohen spike in the rectum, and then you'll get slammed through the table with that thumb still in there. And his thumb, not mine. Solo's thumb. Okay. And if you want to subscribe to the channel, naturally that would be great. But if not, thanks for stopping by anyways. Actually, come to think of it, maybe that microphone with the cone there, that looks like that might do a little bit more damage there. But, yeah. Take care, and maybe I'll see some of you in the next one. Bye for now.